Okay. How many of you agree with this statement? Okay. Those of you who raised your hands and you think you are already ready and your organizations are ready to inspire connection and creativity, you can go for a coffee break and the rest of you can stay with me. It is. Namaskar. Honestly, that was intentional. Honestly, how many of you were able to connect with me when I was not visible to you? Wow. My mom will be happy. I'm a good communicator. Okay. So this presentation is for the rest of you who believe that communicating with people, collaborating with people is all about, being able to interact with the person, right? So that's the theme. How do you inspire? How do you make sure your workspaces inspire connection and creativity for your colleagues? Now, how many of you are familiar with this situation in your respective organizations? Come on. Wow, all of you. Okay. So this session, we heard a lot of technology and we also could not afford Prem, so you have to make do with me. Okay. So this session is all about how do we solve this problem together, right? So that's what we are going to attempt. And anybody here who has attended a Logitech presentation like this in the past? Oh, quite a few. Okay. So you must be aware that we are very generous people. Okay. So we have something to give away. But before that, besides whatever you heard, I wanted to put a little bit of more introduction. Yes, I cycle a lot because I don't have a car. Okay. I gave up my car about 5 years ago for different reasons, and cycle is my basic mode of transport. My office building doesn't allow me to park my cycle, so I take a bus. Okay. Now, Monday to Friday, like you, I'm busy with Logitech, and during weekends, I do all of this. I'm into barefoot running, trekking. You heard about all that, and a few things to just give you a feel for it. I've done a few long distance cycle rides as well. Examples, you heard Barla Chala Pass and Khardungla, which is at that point of time. Now there is one more, which is the world's highest motorable road. And I do a few long distance rides, as I mentioned. Last couple of years, I've done Kochi to Kanyakumari. I've done Bhutan to India, those things. So that's on cycling. And I'm also active in trekking, including the Misa Pulimala, if you are familiar with Kerala, which is the highest peak in this state. A few peaks in the south, I've scaled them. And I also, on the personal front, live with a family of, I should probably say, live among a family of 3 women. Okay. So if I come across wanting to speak and breaching my time, please be considerate. Okay. So these are my opportunities to speak. Right. All right. So what do you think this is? Any guesses what this could be? Sorry? Great guess, but not the right answer. Okay. Any other guesses? There's no Kahoot for this, okay? So you can give me your answers. Power generation? Solar power. Okay. Logically right answer, but not. Sorry. Screen time. You came close, ma'am. Can you try one more time? Okay. Number of hours you spend on your digital devices. Almost close. Okay. The only qualification is this is the amount of hours we all spend in our lifetime in meetings. 21 days a month, roughly 6 hours a day in meetings, roughly 12 months in a year, and roughly 35 years of our working. That will give you the number. Okay. So if we are spending a staggering 53,000 hours in our lifetime speaking to somebody, speaking to a few people, the least we can do to ourselves and our colleagues is probably make it easy. Do you agree? Right? So this session is all about that. There is no technology, right? So it's all about how to make it easy for people to meet and collaborate with each other. That's it, right? Now, I'm sure you can relate to this. We all had people at our homes who went through this situation during COVID and probably even now, right? This is a workspace. It's now defined as a workspace. Kitchen is a workspace, right? There are some of us lucky ones who are probably working from offices, maybe all 5 days a week, who have fantastic access to lighting, seating, ergonomics, etc., etc. So this is also a workspace. Some of us probably aren't comfortable having meetings among people when there are people around us. Maybe we are camera shy, maybe we are very conscious of what we are talking. Maybe the topic of discussion is confidential, so we want a space for ourselves, right? A video booth, a quiet room, or whatever you call it. So that is also a workspace. And there are people like me who live out of a suitcase. Family is happy that I'm not there. In fact, I heard that they have ordered a cake and cutting it, right? So people on the road, okay, who do attend meetings from hotel rooms, from Starbucks, from cafe coffee days. This is also a workspace. If you are collaborating with your colleagues, customers, partners from any of these places, it is now defined as a workspace. The thing is, each of these workspaces, right, they need their own tech, right? They need their own tech because the spaces are different. The environment is different. The way you participate in the meeting is different. So one size doesn't fit all, right? So one of the things that you should pay attention to is whether, as IT decision makers, you are providing your colleagues with tools for them to participate in meetings and collaborate with their colleagues from different spaces, right? Meeting need not be in that so-called meeting room that we all had in 2019, right? And when you provide the right technology, obviously adoption increases. And this is maybe one of the ways for you to measure whether your investments are paying off. Maybe you can run a survey among your colleagues to ask them how happy they are with decisions that you have made on their behalf and the tools that you have provided them. And that survey probably will tell you whether they are happy, and that will lead to many other things, right? Why do you think people switch off their cameras? Yeah, maybe I should ask you this question. In your internal meetings, at least, how many of you feel that your colleagues do not switch on their cameras? How many of you? Okay. Once the first person puts up his hand, everybody else is like, me too. Okay. So quite a few of you feel that your colleagues don't switch on their cameras. And we discussed that the next best thing to coming face to face is video. We all, at least at this point of time, till AR, VR, and maybe teleportation picks up and becomes mainstream technology. As of today, what we have is video, right? Why do you think they don't switch on their videos? Sorry? Poor camera quality, okay? Bandwidth issue, okay? Sorry? Privacy, great. Yeah, could be. No makeup. Fantastic. I like that answer. Who said that? Oh, fantastic. Okay. Actually, you know what, Sash? Look at this. Right? Appearance. I said I live with 3 women, but in the photograph, you only saw 2. You know why? The third woman actually refused to be photographed because her stylist did not turn up on that day. That's my mom. She's 83. Okay? I'm not joking. Appearance is really important for people. They feel when they come on video, if they feel that if they don't look good, something happens. There is all kinds of issues that they develop in their minds, and people don't participate in meetings. So appearance is very important. Thank you for giving those answers. Second, some of you also mentioned tech issues. The most used word after COVID. Am I audible? Right? I'm sure we all use that at least 10 times every single day. Am I audible? Right? So there are tech issues. Videos are pixelated. There are bandwidth issues. People are logging into meetings from all kinds of places. So there are tech issues. Finally, fatigue. 53,000 hours. Human beings obviously will get tired. Right? So multiple reasons. Not all reasons can be addressed by you people as IT decision makers, but you have an influence. Okay, we'll talk about that. Now we discussed that as IT decision makers, you probably could run a survey, ask your colleagues if they are happy. Now this is a survey from PwC that says, this is you people, right? 92% of you people feel. How many of you disagree with this statement? This is from a survey that they conducted. Not a single one. So which means, yes, you are all feeling very, very positive about the decisions that you made for your colleagues, right? All the applications, all the tools, technologies that you have chosen for them to use on a day-to-day basis. Any guesses how many of them agree with you? Sorry? 20%. Who said that? Okay, you want to do something about it, Abhijit? Okay. 40%, you are more confident. Okay, one last answer from that side. 70%. Okay. Sorry, sir, I don't have a gift to offer you for this price, but you are very close. 68% is who agree. The 30% is actually a big gap. 30% of your colleagues do not agree that the decisions that you are making on their behalf for them is not right. Okay. So what can you do about it? You are in a democratic country. Maybe you can, if practical, ask people, what they would like to have. And if it's practical for you to implement different solutions, do that. Or choose something that's easy for people to use, right? Now, we ask the same question to your colleagues. Okay. You have your own parameters for choosing whatever you choose, right? Cybersecurity, collaboration, whatever technologies you are making decisions on, you have your own criteria. But we asked your colleagues who are users, and you are probably 5% of the organization, they are 95%, right? Your users are 95%. We asked them, what do they think are the important criteria that you should use when you make a decision on their behalf? Okay, and this is what this told us. That was, we are living in a country where we give 1/3 of our salary and don't know what it is for. Okay, so I can understand pricing is important, but no, your colleagues don't care. They don't care whether you are paying $1 million or $1 million rupees. For them, it doesn't matter. So price in the hierarchy, of course, there were many others. We took the top 4. Okay, so price is the lowest. They also don't care much about the brand that you choose. I know when it comes to something like mission critical application, you don't want to take risks, so you want to go with a known brand. But no, your users, your colleagues, for them, the brand is not that important. Okay. Post-sale support, this is slightly important. This is in the order of, that was importance. Post-sale support is slightly important for them because they can't depend on you every time they need support, right? You are only 5% of the organization. They are 95. So 95 can't come after 5. So they want to be able to do a few things themselves, right? For example, WhatsApp. Nobody trained us. One fine day we downloaded. We figured out how to configure it. We are all using it. So post-sale support is slightly important. Any idea what is the number one reason that your colleagues told us? In-house support. Actually, post-sale support, okay. In-house support, okay. Ease of use. Did the question paper leak? Okay, yeah. Actually, he used the exact words also. I think I need to be here to get the mouse click. Okay, ease of use. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. This is all they care about. Okay. They come into office on a Monday morning. They have a meeting to attend. They want to just walk into a room, press a button, have a great meeting, collaborate with their colleagues. Meeting is over. They want to go back there. This is what your colleagues want to do. They don't care whether the remote control has 1,000 buttons. I have actually disconnected everybody instead of me logging into the meeting because the remote control had so many buttons. Today, you walk into a meeting room, it's so intuitive. It just has one button. You walk in after the meeting is started, you just have a join. And then once you are in the meeting, it has end. That's it. So ease of use, right? I have nothing to actually speak on this slide. I just have one question to ask. Anybody here who can't relate to any of these situations in your daily lives in terms of where meetings happen in your respective organization, right? Most of it is where meetings happen, right? Now, we believe that organizations that make it easy for people to transition between these spaces are the ones who are going to thrive and succeed, right? Can Prakash put it on silent? Sorry about that. Put it on do not disturb. Maybe My wife is calling. She's not part of the do not disturb, right? Understandably. Okay, coming back. Uh, Organizations that pay importance to ease of use, pay importance to the fact that one size doesn't fit all, and choose solutions that work across different solutions and provide them to their users, we believe are the ones that are going to thrive. So we spoke about meetings. We can't do away with them. Collaboration requires meeting. People end up spending a lot of time. Meetings happen in different places. So we spoke about all that. So what are the ingredients that you should focus on to enable connection and creativity? Very, very simple. We also spoke about the challenges, why people don't switch on their camera. So those are the solutions, right? Simple solutions. People want to be seen well, right? If you have not realized, especially virtual meetings, the so-called non-verbal cues, people nodding their head, in any direction, okay? In any direction, people waving their hands, the body language, all that is so important because you are not face to face, right? And if your camera is not capturing that, and if your colleague has switched off the camera, how will you understand whether the person is agreeing with you or disagreeing? So being seen well is very, very important. And you don't have to break the bank to be seen well, okay? The second, very important, these are two critical aspects of any effective meeting: being seen well and being heard well. We all are working in, again, different environments. And kitchen, we saw kitchen, there could be a lot of external noises. When people participate in meetings, they want to be heard well, right? And when they are not heard well, and when they are not seen well, it actually leads to other complications. For example, in our world, we call this as meeting equity. Two people don't feel the same way about their participation in a meeting. Why? One person is probably being seen well and heard well, the other person is not. Very simple, right? And so their contribution for the meeting comes down. The meeting becomes ineffective. Simple things, right? And then third, thankfully, now we have cameras, microphones, not just from Logitech, from almost all technologies available in the market, that can identify people, that can put a name tag to them, that can help you see their face even when they turn, right? And some of these are available for you to see. In case you have time, please walk up to our booth. We have these technologies available for you to see, right? In person. So AI and insights, people no longer want just management of their technologies. They want to get more information. How many video meetings happened in a particular meeting room in a particular timeline, right? What was the duration of those meetings? How many participants were there in each meeting? You can get these insights today through AI. There are cameras that can capture these, otherwise it's extremely difficult to get information. Even if you have a security guard outside of the meeting rooms with a ledger, he is not going to be able to capture this. With this information, you can actually make very, very informed decisions, especially if you are, let's say, consolidating offices and deciding on number of meeting rooms and things like that. So AI and insights. This is the only slide I have on Logitech, okay? So in case whatever we spoke till now resonates with you, the challenges that we discussed resonates with you and you are looking for solutions, this is what Logitech does for a living, right? We believe that people will continue to work in a hybrid model for a long time to come. So that's not going away. CEOs can do whatever they want. Amazon can probably give a mandate while they want us to buy everything online. They want their employees to come to office, right? So they can do whatever they want, but world is going to be in hybrid mode, right? If we acknowledge that, then these are some of the solutions that we provide for people who work from home, that we call as personal workspaces, and then for people who work from offices, which we call as the team workspaces. So I'm not going to go into the solutions. I'll leave it there for a few seconds for you to just observe. Almost all of this is available for you to see, again, in our booth, in case you are interested. Now, of course, as IT decision makers, you are going about making decisions every single day in deploying technology for running your organization. But at the same time, including us, I think we have a responsibility that we have to deliver while we choose technology, right? Before I bring it up, what do you think this is? 62 billion kgs is the annual e-waste that humans are generating. And to give you a perspective, if you fill this e-waste, it will take 1.5 million trucks, not the trucks that we see in India, the longer ones that we see in English movies, right? And you can actually park them bumper to bumper and they can go around the equator. That's the amount of e-waste that we are creating. So why did we bring it up? You remember the slide on sustainability? So this is where we believe that as people in the industry, we have this responsibility towards the planet, right? Sorry for the graphic. This gentleman is a University of Arizona professor. Interestingly, he has predicted that by 2026, there will be no more Big 5 CIO priorities even because we'll all be extinct. Human race will be extinct by 2026, according to his prediction. 62 billion kgs, you never know. Maybe it is true, right? So we will reach out to you in the next 2 years as many times as possible. Right? Okay. That was my last slide in terms of a formal presentation. So this is our appeal. As a company, you saw, including the one that we are giving away, we make a lot of products using recycled plastic. In fact, now we have gone one step further. We no longer ask our customers to buy multiple cameras. We have come up with updates on the software. They can retain the hardware. We are providing enhancements of features on hardware so that you don't have to create e-waste, right? Because disposing an e-waste is also in India not that easy, right? So we are doing all of that, and this is our appeal that we create a positive environment together. With that, thank you for listening. Thank you so much.